damn it.
Oh, now I look silly.
We're in the Lego house, and this here is Mike Psyche, Lego designer for Creator Expert. Good to see you again.
Great to see you too.
And you're responsible with 2 other men at Lego for this lovely new modular building. So first of all, tell us, you've been involved in this. What is yours of this year?
I mean, I don't want to take credit for really that much, but one thing that I'm really excited about and that I got to have a big part in was making this truck. And what I love about the truck, what I'm really excited about, is that we were able to do this thing where you have this function here so that you can raise and lower the hook, and it's just like, it's so simple. It's using so few pieces, but it's in position, it stays in position really well, and then it even has this cool angled part here. I don't know if you've ever heard, I love angles, I love triangles, and so making that was just really, really fun. And then even that you could take this off and work on the engine. I'm just very, very, very satisfied with the way this came out. And then another thing, now I'm not going to take sole credit for this because, like all Lego sets, there's a lot of people that work on all the different parts.
You're a team at Lego, of course.
But this was one of the parts that I helped a lot with as well, is this garage door here. So making this function. And so actually all 3 of us, Torben, the main designer, Jamie, our boss, and myself, we all did loops on this garage door to get it to work so that it could work really, really nice and smooth. And trust me, it was a pain, but we're really, really happy with how it turned out in the end, that you can just turn this here and raise it up. And you might think, like, seems a little bit overkill, right? Or what?
What?
Would you say that?
I think this works fine.
No. But you might say it's a little bit overkill, right? To do all this, to do this function. But the reason is that when you have the modular building, then you want to take off these floors, and then you want to come down in here and play, right?
Yeah.
Or kind of just, maybe we don't play with them as much as we imagine that we play with them, right? And that's just as important as actually playing. So now, if we did the traditional garage door, when you raise it, it would actually come here and fill this whole space. And then now, if you imagine the play of that, you would have to raise the door, and then you have this whole thing here, and then you drive the truck in, and now you can't actually get down there and see it or play with it or anything. So that was actually the reason we wanted to get this rolling function, and we're really, really excited that in the end we managed to get it to work and get it to fit in and just be this neat thing for people to play with. So.
It's great to see this element again, because you've used it, the assembly square. It's been part of the town hall, so it's kind of a Creator Expert thing to use this tile. And this is the first time the original way.
No, because it was in the fire brigade.
Also, yeah, of course. Also, there's, again, I've told you, I already published my review, and I really like this build. There's one thing in the basement. You know, there's always one thing I don't like that much. And you can tell me right now why you made this decision. Why are there no flat tiles in the basement? Because
there's
flat
no
tiles.
basement. The basement, there's no basement. This is just the regular level.
You're the native speaker.
Sorry.
No problem. I mean this ground here.
So this is, you know how do I put this? You know how like toys is kind of like an ideal version of the real world, right?
Yeah.
So the Lego universe, that's like an ideal version of our universe. So if you've looked at the tires, they're solid rubber. They don't have flat tires. Now, we talk about Lego Technic, those tires have air in them. In Technic Universe, you can have a flat tire. In System Universe, you cannot. Which one is better? I'm just wondering.
We're always with system here, you know. So I just mentioned it because you see those tiles here from the outside.
Oh.
And this, yeah, you know, you know me. But the important thing is, it's safe.
Wait. I've totally misunderstood. I'm so sorry. I thought you said flat tires.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about flat tiles.
Oh, now I look silly.
No.
Now, you edit this, right? Great. You're going to edit it really nice. Because now you'll just have it where you say, why are there no flat tiles? And then this will be what you cut to. there are no flat tiles in the interior, mainly because we thought this is a garage. Like this is a place where you're working. The floor is dirty, and the tiles give a really clean and polished look,
Okay.
which didn't really match with what we were going for. So we thought this is actually one of the instances in the modular buildings where we can get away with just kind of this like dirt floor almost. I don't know if it's dirt. I'm not sure what it is, but just like this really rough floor on the inside. And I think it works out pretty well. So we thought we have so many tiles on the outside because on a normal modular,
Yeah.
well, normal is not a good word for modular buildings, right?
They're all special. Yeah, of course.
But on other modulars, you would say maybe have the building is coming out here, right?
Yeah.
For example. So then all these tiles would be on the inside. So if you actually look at if you imagine like the surface area that is tiled versus not tiled, it's probably about the same as any of the other modulars. It's just that the untiled space is now inside the building instead of behind it. So don't think that we're being cheap, because we're not.
It's always the thing, you know, when I look at this, I just saw the flat tiles from the outside. So when I built this, I'm always a dull fan, you know. Oh, it's good. We're gonna speak German next time, Mike.
Okay.
This would
Ja,
be better,
kein
maybe.
Problem, das ist kein Problem.
Oh, sehr schön. Was ich sehr schön finde, no, I will continue to speak English. What I really like here, that your really good looking truck fits inside, but there is one thing I can tell you, the Ecto 1 didn't fit inside. Why? No, I'm just kidding.
Ecto 1?
I'm just kidding. You know,
Why?
You know this discussion a few years ago when you released the great Ghostbusters headquarter, and you have to remove some stuff. And I can tell you, everything is fine here. You can just put the truck inside, and it's fine.
Yeah. And you don't need to put the Ecto 1 in here because it doesn't need repairs. It's
Of course,
perfect,
it's
right?
perfect. Of course. So,
The Ecto 1, and anyways, the Ecto 1 is in New York City. This isn't New York City.
but this is kind of the United States of America, right?
I'll never tell.
Maybe. So this is again the basement. I like the colors. You've chosen the Octane is back, and there's one funny story you might want to share here. That the original founder of
Yeah,
the
so-
Octane logo is involved here in this model as well.
Yeah, so Torben, who's been at LEGO definitely more than 20 years. He was the one that invented the Octane brand. So the name, the logo, the color scheme, everything about it, the font, he did all that himself way back in the day for the first Octane sets, which came out in 1992. And Torben, that's the guy that I was mentioning, was the main designer of this model. So I just think it's so cool that he got to make an Octane gas station in Creator Expert, but then also to make a version of Octane, which in his universe never even existed, right? Because he designed it to start when it started. So
In the
he had to go
90s, I
back-
think, right?
Yeah,
In the 90s,
so he had
yeah.
to go back and come up with what would retro Octane be. I think that's just such a fun story.
We can have a look inside the
Yeah,
first
let me-
one.
Yeah.
This is really nice. And the good thing is, when I built this, I thought this is a great idea, and now I know that you're responsible for this because this is really looking great. And I
Yeah.
also mentioned in my review what I would love to see this wall in the second floor as well. But this is just my opinion, personal, because I think this is so great because now we have 2 rooms here, and
Yeah.
it looks great.
There was something that we considered was could we also include that wall in the apartment? But one of the things that we are often thinking about with the modulars is we want to make it when you build it so that there's things that are different, I guess you could say, between the floors. So and not just that it's not just that the different interior details you build are different, but it's actually, if you look at these 2 floors, one of those things that you see a difference on is like this main window here, where on the ground floor we have this really nice big I don't know what you would call that, not panoramic window, but this really big plate glass window, and then on the apartment we have all these smaller ones, and then a similar kind of feature on this side where you have the balcony on one level, and then the level above you just have this window with the flower baskets, and And so we like to do that just to kind of keep the build fresh. We thought that this bay window, the design here was just so fun that we were like, we gotta
This is
we gotta
awesome.
We gotta
This
do
is
this again.
this is awesome.
Yeah, so,
This is awesome.
So that's why that one actually continued up. And actually, another thing we thought is when you put this on the model, you don't want to have different.
Yeah.
It's nice to have some things that kind of give, maybe you could say, a calm or just a sense of oneness
Yeah.
to the overall design. And so we thought which one should we pick? And we thought this is the coolest one, so let's repeat that one instead of repeating this or repeating this or repeating one of these. So,
I'm totally here with you.
so sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
taking a very long response to get back to this wall. So that was the idea here, was that let's make a different layout on this one, and it also just helped better to do the layout of the apartment. To have kind of the things that we wanted to have in the apartment, it just made more sense as one big room instead of splitting it.
And
into
this is a
two.
great idea, actually, to put the toilet here.
Yeah, and actually, it's a real shame. I think I like the toilet, but you really can't see the details of the toilet that well when it's put in. But it's really nice with the tank and the hose and everything in there, and even the roll of toilet paper in the corner. I love the details of the toilet, so that's actually kind of why we have the door, so you can see in a little bit. But it's a shame that you have to close it up so much. So.
You know what is missing in all modular buildings so far? In all, there's no shower. Just to let you know.
Do minifigures need a shower? That's the
Maybe.
question.
So
Has there ever been a Lego set with a shower?
yes, Lego Friends and Hard Lake City. But the girls,
I
you
guess
know.
the girls.
Yes, of course. So there are many details inside, and Jamie always told me that he always loves to put animals inside modulars, and now we have a lot of animals here,
Yes.
and this is really good looking. There's one thing, and again, I can tell you 1/2 hour how much I love this,
Yeah.
but I have to mention a few things where I think, oh, interesting. Why do you choose gray at the color? Because this looks so colorful, so fresh, and why do you choose gray here
As the floor.
as the floor?
When you have such a crazy wall color, crazy isn't really the right word, but this is really really vibrant, this orange, and really powerful. When you have something like that, then it's nice for the floor to be a little bit more subdued, and that's why we chose the gray, is that the walls are such a bright, strong color that it's kind of helps to balance that out, with the floor being the gray, the very basic. I mean, you could argue, should we have done dark gray? Should we have done tan? But the gray just gave a nice balance between the really crazy walls, and also you couldn't argue that we do tan, now that I think of it, because then you would tie into these lines, and we didn't really like that. So because you have these tan lines prominent on the outside, we didn't want to have that again repeating in the floor. So you don't want to have that kind of monochrome feeling. You also don't want to have two really strong contrasting colors, so that was the reason for the gray.
That's all I have. I mean, there are not many things I don't like, I would say. Some decisions, it's always like colors, it's your opinion, what you think. What I really do love about this one are the colors on the outside. The sand blue color window elements are great, and also that you've chosen the dark orange after many years when we look back
I'm gonna stand
to the town hall. So again, my opinion, there are maybe in comparison to the Assembly Square and the Parisian restaurants, there are some details missing in the inside. You could put even more inside, but from the outside, it's stunning. It's a lovely build, and you have bricks at home. You could add easily things, and this is what modulars are about, right?
Yeah. I'd love to see some people take this model and customize it with what they think should go in the interior. That would be really fun, and that's kind of the one of the things that we don't really highlight that much since the first one, is that these buildings are designed always. Don't grab it from the bay window, folks. Sometimes I get a little too careless, right? But all the floors in these buildings, the middle floors we call them, are designed so that they can be repeated, right? So check out this. See, you don't even need to have that top floor, and everything still works. I don't think that we could go. It won't work if we go all the way down. But the idea is then that middle floor, should you choose that you want to have your gas station only this tall, or you want to make it even taller, then you get the parts and build another one. And so, like you're saying, you then have that chance to put in what you think should go inside.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think is cool about Lego. That's why I like to design for Lego, is that there's so much opportunity for customization, so much opportunity to do whatever you want. So you don't like the color of this piece, you can change it out to whatever color you think should go there, and you can do that with Lego, and that's to me what makes it fun, right?
Yeah.
If you get a regular plastic model and then you decide, even if you got it and you painted it and you like that color, and then you decide, oh, I wanted a different color, you're out of luck, right? You would have to paint the whole thing over again or buy a new one. But that's what's so cool about Lego. You just get the different parts, swap them out. So
there's one last
let's
thing.
see what people do.
Of course. And there's one last thing of the mention. We agree to do this interview 5 minutes, so we're
Yeah.
in time now.
Okay.
There's one
okay,
last thing.
I'm going-
From now on, Mike, from now
Yes.
after Jamie Barrard, you are my second favorite Lego designer of all time. Yeah, because of this. I mean, now...
Yeah, but I didn't do that much on this.
Yeah,
That needs
but
Thorfinn issue.
again, the truck is great. Your ideas with the angle is great, the wall. And,
Well, thank you.
I mean, Markus Besser is still out there.
Yeah.
He could do something, but brickheads is not my main business. Let's leave it this way.
Well, don't count Marcus Besa out just yet. That's all I'll say.
Okay, I'm looking.
You never
No.
know.
It's very close. It's very
Yeah.
close. So again, you know how much I love the Disney castle.
Wait, have you told him?
Told him we didn't talk that much.
Okay.
It's not this. I did an interview once with him.
Okay. All right.
So
So I will break the news.
bring the best wishes to Markus
Yes.
Besser, and he's now on third.
Ugh,
It's
I don't know if I can tell him.
no, Mike, thank you so much for
Yeah.
your time. This is me, this is Mike, and this is the Lego house. This is Mike
Yeah.
Siaki.
Psyche. No P.
Damn it,
We're
Mike.
so close. Start again. Let's start the whole thing over.
Okay, let's start over. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Enjoy your day and see you around next time here
Yeah.
where all the bricks are.
Ah, yes.
Bye.
Bye.